it's me, a little late and a little befuddled. Is that a word? I don't know. Let me just get rid of some stuff. Oh, what a morning! What a lovely morning we've had already. It's been such fun. So we have no water. There has been some sort of outage. Don't know what has caused the problem, but we have no water. It's fun. We've got a lot of water coming from the sky, but not much else. So let me see if I can refresh my chat. I don't know what's going on with my YouTube, but I tried to go live on my phone because I was having problems going live with my software. I have uninstalled, reinstalled, restarted, the whole works. I'm not even going to go down that particular conversation today because it's doing my head in. So it would be lovely if you're here to let me know that you're here, because at the moment I can't see any chat at all. Let's see if I can see it on my phone, because I might be able to see it on my phone if I am very good. Bum, 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 bum. Hey ho. My videos live, not there, still not there. So I don't really know what, there's 8 people watching apparently. So I am going to assume you're there. I cannot see the chat. I've tried in, a number of places. So I'm sorry if you are there, but I'm ignoring you. I'm not. I just can't see you. Will it come up if I go in there? No. So I am just going to talk to myself for a while. This is not going to be a long live because we need to sort out the water problem as we have no water. This is really irritating me that I cannot see if there is anybody there. I keep refreshing the chat and it's not doing anything. I'm just going to have one more look, and if I can't see anything, see, it's not even coming up on my live videos, which normally it would. So I am going to, oh, there's people, it's come up, yay. Okay. So I've got Karen, I've got Mary, I've got Jane, I've got Jan. Yes, it's a very wet, very, very wet South Oxfordshire this morning. Right, okay, so I'm doing last minute gift wrapping ideas. I only have 2. But, hey. I'm going to start with the easier of the 2, she says, needing paper. And I know I haven't flipped the camera down yet. So I'm just getting ready because it has been a bit of a morning. Let's have a look and see which paper I'm going to... Oh, let's use that one. So I'm using paper from the Shining Christmas specialty paper. And I think my watch is about to ask me how I'm feeling. Yes, stressed, I think, is the answer to that particular question, because my heart rate has just rocketed. So I'm going to flip the camera down, I hope. Yes! You don't know how pleased I am to see that camera flipped down. So yes, this is the paper that I'm using. Let me show you the other paper in this pack. Now, obviously, you're not going to have time to order paper before Christmas, but if you happen to have this, or indeed any other paper, this is an idea for you. So we've got, the colour scheme is Cherry Cobbler and Mossy Meadow. What happens if I click there? God knows. So we've got candy canes, we've got holly and berries, we've got a harlequin, a stripe, which is what I'm going to be using, candy cane stripe. And it's not a straight stripe, just saying. Parcels and Christmas trees. And on the other side, it's just cherry cobbler, and it's a kind of all-over pattern, some of which would work for non-Christmas projects. Not many, but some. So this would work for other paper, although the joy with this paper is that bit heavier. So it does hold up a bit better. I'm only slightly concerned that I now have an almost blank screen. So that's good. So I have no idea what's going on. Anyhow, so I'm just going to, you know, keep going. Everything's gone blank. So I'm just going to keep going and hope that everything is going okay. Let's just have a quick look here. Content. And then I will start, but I probably need to stop fiddling with things. Yeah, you see it's still not showing. Right, okay, so I have got my scoreboard. I can't even tell if the whole thing is in the picture. So I'm just going to go with it and hope for the best. Now I had written down, do you know when there are mornings when you just think, I shouldn't have bothered? This would be one of those. I wrote down a whole list of measurements. I can find the pencil I wrote it down with. Can I find the piece of paper I wrote it on? Can I? Heck. Oh, there it is, buried. Oh, lots of people coming up with chat. Okay, so we've got Jan from Florida, chilly at 54 degrees. You're probably about the same temperature as we are. We're about 16, it's weird. Karen saying she's eager to see what we've got in store. Deborah from Michigan. And Sherry from a very chilly Ontario. Right, now I have written the measurements down and apparently I can see them. I'm going to put this light on just to... I can't see what you can see, which is slightly scary. So I'm just hoping everything's okay. And chill. So I am going to start by scoring. Actually, that wants to be the other way up. So I'll do that in a minute. So I'm going to start by scoring at 1/2 inch. Now this is foil paper, so it's a bit skiddy, so just be aware of that. Yeah, it's just, oh, whatever. So 1/2 inch. Bear with. Right, I wrote down and then ignored. 1/2 inch, 3 inches, then 3, so 6 1/4. This is where I'm hoping it's right. Because, you know. Then 2 1/2 would bring me 1, 2 1/2, 9 1/4. Which would leave me with 3 1/4. 1, 2, 3 1/4. Yay! Don't you love it when things actually work? Right, so I'm then going to score here. Goodness knows what's going on my phone, on my watch, sorry. Oh, apparently I've hit my active zone. I think what that actually means, we can see you good. You probably need to zoom out a bit. Would that I could do that, Sherry. I can't see, so I cannot do anything. So I'm sorry if you can't see, but please bear with me. I cannot see what you can see or not see. I am blind with it. So just bear with me. I'm sorry. So this is going to be at 2 1/2 inches. And then I'm going to turn over and score at 1 inch. So sincere apologies if you can't see, but without vision, without an image, there is absolutely diddly and squat that I can do about it. I have tried on my phone, I have tried everywhere, and I cannot see anything other than my watch is exploding. telling me that I'm completely stressed out, which would be right, because I am. Good, sorry. As I say, sorry if I'm being a little short, I apologise, but this is really stressful. Right, so I'm going to fold that inch down and the 2.5 inches up, and then I'm going to fold up each of the score lines. So whilst I'm losing it, in so many ways, if you are watching on the replay, good luck. All okay with Karen? Good, thank you, Karen. If you're watching on the replay and you want to leave any comments that are not to do with the fact that I can't deal with what you're seeing, then please leave those below the description bar. And I will get back to you when I can. Hello, Nora. But yes, without being able to see what you can see, it's really very difficult. So I'm going to cut up these score lines, but actually what I'm going to do is cut away these score lines. So I'm going to cut either side of the score line, so it's a very, 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 very small wedge. That's what we're dealing with. Hopefully you can see that, but it's nothing. Oh, thank you, Karen. Don't stress, we can see what you're doing and it's all good. Thank you, Sherry. I really don't know what's going on. I'm over the Christmas period. Let it be said, this is my last live of 2023. Over the Christmas period, I'm going to try a different streaming service and see if that works any better. Although I have heard other people say that it's as bad as this, but I will try. So yes, this is my last live. In fact, it's my last video of 2023 because I won't be doing Simple Stamping Saturday. I'm going to be chilling. Always a highlight. Thank you. So I'm taking off this end bit, which is where the 1/2 inch is, but I am taking that score line off. Those of you who... No, I'll come back to that. Right, so at this end, I'm going to leave this piece. I discovered this the hard way, but I am going to wedge it a little bit. So that is not cut at 90 degrees, it's wedged a little, and then I'm going to wedge that totally. I learnt that with this. I should have been saying this. This is the bag we're making. So it's quite a decent size bag. It measures 8.5 tall by 3.25 by 2.5, so it is a decent size. If you're in metric land, which I know I am but I don't use, it is 21.5 by 6 by 8-ish. So, and it just, you know, it's a gift bag. So, right. Okay, so that's the shiny side, which I've been trying to avoid showing you because it's shiny, so it might reflect. It is really weird that I cannot see a single thing. What happens if I click on that? Who knows? Let's find out. So I'm going to put some tear and tape down this line here on the 1/2 inch piece. So yes, today is my last, not working day, because I have got, oh god, now everything's gone. So I cannot see your comments again. But yes, today is my last visible working day. But I will be doing stuff in the background. I still need to send out my November customer thank you gifts, which may or may not get to you before Christmas because of the post issues. Right, so I'm going to pop a piece of tear and tape on the first 2 of these. No, on the outside of these. but I am coming in a little bit. So yes, I now can't see the chat or what you're seeing. And then I'm going to do the same on these two middle pieces. And I will be praying that I've got this right. But the way today is going, who knows? And then I'm going to put a piece on this. Actually, no, I'm going to put it on this edge here. Right. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is fold that top piece down. Learn from your mistakes, Liz. Learn from your mistakes. Right, so this then comes up, holding this flap out of the way. So I'm just having a play. Hello, Pam. Hello, Lorna. So for those of you who have just joined me, I can see diddly and squat of what's going on. I wonder if I click that. Pff, who knows? So I'm holding this piece back. I'm then going to fold this over, and it will, by magic, she says, hopefully, line up with that cut line ish. Then this is going to go over. See, I put that on the wrong piece. Should have put that on this piece, but never mind. Life is too short sometimes. Then, so this is the back, this is the front. So we're going to go right side in. So the side with the tape that is facing up is going in first, and then the side with the tape going down. Like that. And then again the side with the tape facing up and down. Like that. So we've got our basic bag. Then I'm going to grab a hole punch and I am going to just fold those in and then push them out of the way, purely so I can make sure I line up my holes. Yeah, definitely that should be the other way. So one. And looks about right. Two. Like that. And then we grab some ribbon. And I think this is technically real red, but you know, sometimes you just use what you've got. I don't think we've got a cherry cobbler ribbon at the moment. So, other things to be aware of. Those of you who take my class in a box, everything is ordered. The December class in a box is going to be just for subscribers. It was getting too close to Christmas to sort out how I was going to get everything here in time. So it is just for subscribers, and we will be back to public purchasing in January. Right, let's pull lots through. So we've got a decent bag. Let's loop for our bag. Untwirl that. And some snips. Oh, there's a join there anyway. That just means that I've joined two pieces together. So that's good. And then just tie this in a knot and we are done. Obviously you can decorate as you wish, but it's how to use a whole piece of 12 by 12 paper for a gift bag. So that's our first piece. Just going to have one more attempt at seeing if I can see what you can see. I mean, I won't be able to, but let's just, you know, have a look. Content. Live. Nope. It's not there at all. Hey ho. It may or may not be there when people want to come back and see it. So next up we're going to make a cracker. This is basically a full-size cracker, and it takes a piece of 6 by 12 paper. Helps if you have actually burnished down your seams, so we will be dealing with that on the next go. So again, we need our scoreboard. I will bring it so that it's down a bit because I think that was where the problem was. So we need the thing. So this, we go in, out, in, out. So we're going at 2 inches and, yes, 3.5, 10 inches and 8.5. Then we're going to need our trimmer for the next bit. So I'm going to do it this way because it is, I've got a better visual this way. We are going to cut. Oh, hang on. No, I missed a score line. Or indeed 2 score lines. So we need to turn the paper the other way up and score at 2 3/4 and at 9 1/4. Is that right? Yes. So we've scored on the front side 2, 3.5, 8.5, 10, and on the back side we have scored at 2 3/4 and 9 1/4. Then we need our trimmer. So what we're now going to do, and I am going to have to do shiny side up I'm afraid because otherwise I can't see it, is we're going to cut between these 2 sets of score lines at 3/4 inch. Now, had life been treating us a little bit better, I would have prepped one end of this before we started, but hey, it didn't, so I'm not, or haven't rather. So I can see the straight line on the score on the cut blade, and all I'm doing is lining it up to the 2 ends. So that's 3/4. So we're doing every 3/4 inch. So the next one is 1.5. Don't do that. So let's have a look. Where are we with there? So we were, hang on, bear with. So that was 5.5. So we're coming back to 4 1/4 for our next one, because I'm now switching to this end of the measurements. So it's every 3/4 inch. So what was interesting in a stressful sort of way, so we're now going to 3 inches, was I tried to go live on my phone And that was as bad as going live here. So, hello, Deborah. So, Deborah, just so you know, I cannot see what you are seeing. I am flying blind. But we're making a cracker. So that was where? That was 3. So we're back to 2 1/4. Now, if you have to go one side of the score line or the other, I would go into the middle. So if you're worried about where you're ending, cut short. So that was 2 1/2. No, it wasn't. It was 2 1/4. So we're down to 1 1/2. This is almost working. This is worrying. I cannot tell you. Oh, here's a thing, Jan, just in case you are able to hear and reply. Have you guys got water? Hello, Shaz. Hope you're well. I have no visual at the moment, so I'm flying blind. So we're now down to a 3/4 inch, which actually I'm going to take out and put in this way round because it's more stable that way. So I'm measuring at this 3/4 inch here. So yes, where we are, we have no water. I say no water. We have, you know, a trickle, which is always an interesting place to be. Hello, Stitching with Sue from the States. Just so that you are aware, I cannot see what you are seeing anywhere. So bear with if I'm not in shot. So these long lines, as in the ones that I haven't then cut, we are folding a mountain. So we're folding towards the inside. Just be careful when you burnish that because it's cut. And then this we're folding to the outside. You have got water. Yeah, I mean, you lost your water earlier in the year, but it's hit Didcot and the surrounding area and Abingdon and the surrounding area, which is quite a large area. Right, so what we're now going to do is, and I'm sorry, this is slow and laborious, is just cut. And you're cutting not quite from the middle. And I'm going to do all of one direction and then go back and do all of the other direction because it's just easier that way. And would be easier still if I wasn't shaking like a leaf. These do not have to be a precise angle. It's just so that you can gather everything in together. So that's all of that. Turn over and do exactly the same thing in the opposite direction, leaving a bit that's not cut. Otherwise you're separating the two pieces, which is not what you want to do. But as I say, this is not an exact angle. It really doesn't matter. I mean, make them as even as you possibly can, but you don't need to get your set square out or any of that malarkey. Right, so that's that end. And then we come and do the same thing at this end. Oh no, Shaz. Oh, that's not fair. Why is it that horrible things happen to nice people? So, as I say, I'm repeating the steps at this side. So hubby and I went to buy our Christmas tree yesterday, and we actually went to the bargain corner because there were some bargains. And basically they're the trees that if they're not sold will get shredded. So we kind of took pity. We always put our tree in a corner. So if it's a little uneven, which is basically what the problem was, these were the ones that were uneven, it doesn't matter. So we feel as if we've done a good deed for the tree population of South Oxfordshire. Oh, follow up for broken femur. Hope it's positive, Karen. But we have put a note in the diary that next year we're going to buy our Christmas tree slightly earlier. We are of the generation where you put your Christmas tree up on Christmas Eve. So, yeah, we were a bit thrown that they were running out of Christmas trees. However, so that's what we're ending up with. So we've got this sort of harlequin pattern. Then we're going to pop some tear and tape on one straight edge, as if it was all the way along. But you want to do this after you've cut out your pieces, because you do not want tear and tape on the cut piece. So press that down well. I'm going to burnish. Oh, thank you, Shaz. Your support for what is turning out to be something really, really bizarre. Anywho, so I'm going to remove the middle piece first. And this is where you have to have the courage of your convictions. You want to roll your piece of paper so that it's much easier if you are not trying to show what's happening on camera, let it be said. But you want this cut edge to cover the tear and tape. Without actually folding your paper. So like that. And I haven't actually done it totally successfully. Let's see if I can unpeel. Possibly not. No, I'll just go with it. So then press it down. Thank you for showing your support. So that's that piece. So be more successful at doing the whole covering up your piece of tear and tape than I was. Then you're going to do the same with each of the ends. And press those in place. Yes, this is going to be ugly. Doesn't matter. You're not going to see it. And the last piece. Like that. And then when you push those bits together, you get a cracker. So let's grab some ribbon. Is that, no, that's not the one I want. That's the one I want. So I've got some of that gold, that narrow gold ribbon. Let me just chop a piece off. So I've got, whoops, this. And I've just gone for this because I needed something that was, oh, let me just press that in place properly. That's better. I wanted something with some metallic on it, which is why I've gone for this. Obviously, depending on what paper you use, would depend on what ribbon you could use. And I'm just doing this in a knot purely for speed. And those are your 2 crackers. So you can get 2 of these out of 1 piece of your paper, and you can do them in any paper you want. And then we've got 2 gift bags as well. Now this is where, if I could, I would flip the camera up and say goodbye properly, but I can't. So I am going to have to just, let's do that. Thank you very much for persevering with me this morning. I'm sorry it's all been a bit weird. I don't know what's going on, frankly. And there's part of me that actually doesn't care too much what's going on. So yes, so I hope that those of you who are less than well at the moment recover soon. I hope everybody has a good Christmas and New Year celebration, however you are spending it, and I will see you again in the new... Oh, bless you, Debbie. I will see you again in the new year. Oh, bless you all. Thank you. So thank you all very much for joining me today. Have a super Christmas. Have a wonderful new year. Let's hope that 24 is better than 23 has been.